Over the last several years, Hyundai has been gaining market share, most notably against Honda and Toyota. You see, Canadians look at this Korean brand for value. The trick over the last several years is to produce stylish cars, pack them with content, and sell them for less, and it's worked. With the recent introduction of the hot new Sonata and this all-new Elantra, Hyundai just doesn't want to compete, they want to dominate. With almost 25%, a full quarter of all cars sold in Canada being compacts, this latest Elantra is a big deal. So big, they have huge plans for it, most notably the #1 sales spot currently held by the Honda Civic for over 13 years. That's a pretty lofty target and one that Hyundai wants to hit. The mid-size Sonata made a statement when it was introduced last year. An inexpensive car doesn't have to look boring. The flowing lines we first saw in that car have migrated to the Elantra with very good effect. Hyundai calls their design language fluidic sculpture, meaning the car has the impression of moving when it's standing still. Now you also have a steeply raked roof line here and this accent line that comes up by the back window. That doesn't provide a very large window for smaller children looking out from the inside. But the good thing is, even if you're 6 feet tall, there's enough space inside the back seat to sit up comfortably. The Elantra starts at $15,849 and gets 15-inch wheels. To get 16-inch wheels, the GLS needs to be ordered at $19,799, and the top limited gets 17-inch wheels for $22,699. The same plan with the Sonata is being executed here with the Elantra. Stylish car on the outside, great looking car on the inside with a very dramatic looking center console. It has sweeping lines, it's framed with different kinds of materials, it looks elegant and upscale. What you really can't see on TV is the way every single piece fits together with absolute precision. It gives the look of quality and it feels like quality. The soft touch dash flows up and away from the driver, making the reach to the radio a bit too far. This is really only a problem with the base model, which doesn't get radio controls on the steering wheel. The base model comes nicely equipped with power windows and doors, height adjustable driver's seat and a USB port. For $17,999, the GL gets Bluetooth, air conditioning and heated front seats. Now the heated seats, here's a perfect example of how Hyundai is smart. If you want to get heated seats on the top sellers, the Mazda 3, the Civic, and the Corolla, you have to splash out for more expensive packages, typically costing over $21,000. That's where Hyundai's smart. They have clever packaging. Now the exterior and interior styling are all kind of icing on the cake if you ask me about this new Elantra. For me, it all centers around the new engine and the ride and handling. The new 1.8-liter engine is called NU, N-U, and it puts out 148 horsepower, but it's much lighter than the engine it replaces, making the Elantra feel very lively. Now the responsive engine can be matched to either a 6-speed manual or an all-new 6-speed automatic. Now you can slide it over here and shift the gears manual if you want, but to be honest with you, this transmission does such a good job of kicking down a gear when you need extra power. I never actually had the feeling that I needed anything more and just left it in drive. It was that good. Another high point is standard disc brakes on all 4 corners, providing aggressive braking, something usually not found in this class. Cornering is sure-footed thanks to the lighter weight, making the Elantra a lot of fun to drive. The only shortcoming is the rather vague power steering that never really gives a solid sense of direction. Now, if you're looking for the fun factor, this new Elantra has the goods to play with, say, the Mazda 3 and the very tossable Honda Civic. On paper, the Elantra and the Mazda 3 have the exact same horsepower, but this Elantra seems to have more pull at lower revs. All of this is achieved with class-leading fuel numbers. In the city, the Elantra uses just 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers and only 4.9 on the highway. That's well over 50 miles per gallon. Impressive. Now, regular viewers know I'm not a big fan of Hyundai seats. I find they don't go low enough for tall drivers. The thing with this new Elantra, I don't even have it at its lowest position. I actually jacked it up to get to the seating position that I like. Somebody back in Korea is listening. Thank you. Put the car in gear. Now, how do you place this car in the marketplace? As I mentioned, it has the fun factor compete with the Civic and the Mazda 3, but it also has the suspension dampening and the quietness and refinement on the inside that competes with that very nice handling and riding Chevy Cruze. So you get the best of both worlds. You get a responsive, light-feeling car, and you get a smooth and quiet ride at the same time. This car is an all-rounder, and that's why it's a real threat to the competition. With the Elantra's packaging and Hyundai's growing brand appeal, the idea of toppling the Honda Civic might not be too much of a stretch, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. Let's check back in a couple of years. It might be a totally different story.
Can't get enough of hot cars? Then race on over to our website at drivingtelevision.com.